See what you done did!
I don't even think they were acting. Like, wasn't it Breckenmeyer, Leslie Dean, and Ricky Dean Logan when they backed up when Tom Arnold yelled at them? They probably would. Roseanne was probably the scariest thing about this movie, to be honest. Like, this movie is not to be taken seriously, and I knew that going into it.
I hope they make it.
Like, I don't. It's like a part of me wants to understand the hate for this movie, but I just kind of don't get it. But hated sequels I love, man. I don't care. I say that shit with pride. I would die on that hill, 10 toes down. I love Freddy's Dead. Love it. I know a lot of people, this is the worst in the series for them. If you're talking the original series, not including the remake, and not including like Freddy vs. Jason, but some people say a lot of people say this is the worst in the series. I think the weakest entry for me is Dream Child, but it's not to say that I don't love that movie too. But I just think that shit gets a lot of things wrong. But look, man, Freddy's Dead, yo. Like, this shit just, all it did was embrace what the series had become at this point, man. I don't care if Dream Child tried to take it back to this gothic, dark tone and like all the seriousness. Like, no, man. Freddy been a joke since Dream Master, yo. Freddy was already starting his one-liners in Dream Warriors, but Dream Warriors actually was really good. Like, he still had a bit of scary to him. Not a lot, but a bit. I think Freddy was at his scariest in the first movie, in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and in New Nightmare. For sure. He was definitely on some shit in New Nightmare. But this movie, man, it took and I love that it was like this the studio and Bob Shea giving this person the keys who's been around all this time. Rachel Talalay, she's been on board like behind the scenes for these movies from the jump. Like, you look at the credits of each movie, I believe even the first one, Rachel Talalay is in there somewhere. I can't remember what role she actually served, but she's been on board for these movies helping out from the get-go. So to let her direct what they thought was going to be the last Freddy movie and just let her go crazy, I respect it. I do, man. It's like when George Romero had Tom Savini direct, Night of the Living Dead, 1990. It's like Kevin Williamson directing a Scream movie, man. I love those passings of the torch that just feel right. But, a lot of people didn't like this. I loved it. I love that it was just 3 characters. Like, as far as like the kids who have the nightmares. Or was it not 3 characters? 3 main characters that Freddy was going after. You had Carlos, Spencer, and Tracy. And I think Maggie, Lisa Zane's character, is kind of underrated in a lot of ways. She finds out she's Freddy's daughter. That was a plot twist in this movie. Another plot twist was when John Doe, I think that actor's name is Sean Greenblatt, he swore he was on to something, swore he was Freddy's son, right? He was like, no, I'm his kid, he wants to play some sick game with me. And Freddy's like, nope, while he's cutting that parachute strap, he's like, fuck out of here, dog. Like, you ain't my kid, you are not the father. Like, that moment was so salty, man, because John Doe swore he was going to get a character arc in this movie. Yo, that shit was so incredibly salty and hilarious. The death scenes in here, like, you do get your classic body horror shit in here, because ever since Nightmare on Elm Street 2, they've been doing, that whole movie's a body horror film. But Dream Warrior's body horror moment was when Philip, his tendons were coming out of his body and Freddy was just like walking him like a puppet throughout the hospital. Part 4, obviously, when Debbie turns into a cockroach. Shout out to Screaming Mad George, man, because we just lost Screaming Mad George, and he did the special effects for Debbie turning into that cockroach in Dream Master. Dream Child, the body horror scene you got was when Dan gets he becomes like a part of his fucking motorcycle, and the wiring's going all into his hands and his legs, and his skull peels back and shit. Like, it's insane. But the body horror shit in here, you get Carlos gets like a defective hearing aid that grows like little legs and shit in his ear. It's really nasty though. But the kills are like, the kill sequences, I'll say, the nightmare sequences, I've always thought they were pretty cool, man. Carlos not being able to hear Freddy, and Freddy's like jumping around behind him and shit, just being a goofball. Spencer, when he's in the video game, I thought that was the coolest shit ever, man. When Freddy pops up in the TV, when Spencer falls asleep, and then they play like Inagata da Vida, and he touches that screen, and it's like the ripple effect in the sky. I know it's dated effects, but at the time, man, you couldn't tell me nothing. That shit was cool as fuck. It's hilarious. This whole movie's just a comedy, man, and I love that they embraced it. Like, look, Freddy you're a stand-up comedian now. All right, we gonna set the stage for you to be a stand-up comedian to the fullest effect, man. And the thing I feel like a lot of people don't give this movie credit for is the ideas that were thrown out of here. When Freddy kills people in this movie, nobody remembers them. Like, he erases them from existence. That's crazy. We've never seen that in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie before, man. People die, like when Freddy kills them, and they're grieving at funerals and all of that. But he just erases them altogether. The idea of this town fair in Springwood where there's no kids and they're just old ass adults like riding the bumper cars and just running around like this, that shit is creepy. Like, it's a creepy idea. I feel like if it was in a different movie, people would have given it more credit. I love how, you know, Freddy says every town has an Elm Street. Like, I love how when they're driving in circles, nobody sleep, but Freddy is not letting them get out of this town, yo. So he's got them driving in circles and they crash at this abandoned house. And as soon as they go into the house, they do like this, I don't know if it's a miniature or like a reverse type of effect that they do, but the house just starts exploding, the windows crash, and it turns into 1428 Elm Street. You know, and then the Elm Street sign pops up. I love that scene. That shit is cool. Like I said, a lot of cool ideas, man. And then in the beginning, it lets you know that all the teenagers pretty much in Springwood are dead. And there's one last survivor, and that's the dude, John Doe. And Yaphet Kotto, man, rest in peace. Shout out to Yaphet Kotto. Him as Doc is a cast in steel in this movie, man. So good. And I'm mad that they took a lot of, not a lot, but they took some of Yaphet Kotto's scenes out of the movie. Like, y'all can find them online. There's like some deleted scenes with him, you know, giving out some more dialogue here and there. And Robert Englund was just, he was full tilt boogie in this movie, man. He was having the time. I feel like this might be the most fun that Robert Englund has had on the set of a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, up until he did maybe Freddy versus Jason, where he was just like, you know, just out of his damn mind in that movie. And it's cool to see, you know, the actors in their early years, man. Breckin Meyer would go on to do a shit ton of movies, man. But to see it, like, to go back in a 1991 movie and see him in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, man, I love those humble beginnings where big actors or big name actresses started in horror movies, man. You know, Johnny Depp's first movie was Nightmare on Elm Street. But then it's like, I love going back and seeing those actors pop up in the genre movies, because sometimes they own it and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just like, I can't believe I did that shit. Like, if you ask Eva Mendes about like Children of the Corn 5, which she really was in, she probably won't. She's probably not proud of that film. Even that series, man. Naomi Watts was in it. Charlize Theron was in part 3. So it's cool to see this cast put together, man. Does the third act work? I mean, it's okay, but Freddy gets his ass kicked when he goes into the real world, man. And that always happens to him. You know what happened in Freddy vs. Jason? Every time he's out of his element, he gets his ass beat. And they fuck him up, man. As Lisa Zane throws everything but the kitchen sink at him. Ninja stars and knives and daggers and shit. Stabs him in the stomach with a pipe bomb and he blows up. And the Dream Demons thing. I love that we got to see how Freddy got possessed and turned into this Dream Demon, where the 3 little demon things went inside of his body. And we got a backstory for Freddy. Not a full backstory, but you see him when he was a kid. He was killing hamsters and shit. That kid looked creepy as shit. That was good casting for young Freddy. And then you see Freddy when he was a teenager, and Alice Cooper was like the foster dad beating the hell out of him. And then you see when he actually kills his wife and his daughter witnesses that shit. Like, they do some really cool stuff in here that people don't really give the movie credit for. I don't know. I guess they can't see past all the comedic shit, but it didn't bother me, man, because, like I said, by the time we hit part 3, mainly part 4, I was like, I'm not really that scared of Freddy anymore as a whole. But, yeah, man, hated sequels that I love. I know, and I don't care.